All right, guys. Ask a Felon back here with another one for you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do this in the order of my life. So this is gonna be my first part of my story. I'm gonna talk to you about from as far back as I can remember, and I'm gonna work my way up from a kid in middle school on up. And every post is gonna every time I post a video, it's gonna be something different. And I'm gonna pick up from the order I left with my last bit in. So, if you would hit that like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Growing up, I wa- we wasn't the greatest. We was pretty much redneck white trash. Wasn't poor. We wasn't high class. That's the best way I can describe it. Good people, just not money. Didn't have money. But all through elementary school, I was a straight A student. Straight A's. Never missed straight A's for the whole from first grade to sixth grade. Never missed straight A's. Maybe a couple times I got A, B on a roll, but other than that, it was always straight A's. I was always the good kid, class clown, all that. I had a good time in school when I was in elementary. As I got older and I got into middle school, that's where a lot of my problems came. I was that weird kid. I guess you could say weird kid, odd kid, whatever you want to call it. But I didn't fit in. But I didn't care to fit in. I've always been one of them people that if you ain't real and authentic, don't mess with me. Like I ain't got time to talk about sports and never gave a shit about sports. Like could care less. But I was like I just couldn't be one of them people like all the other kids in school was. They was like chameleons. They had to blend in and be fake and I just wasn't into it. Like to this day, I'm still that same way. If we ain't talking about something with meaning or something with a purpose, don't even waste my time. Like I don't know. I don't. I'm just if I ain't learning something new or there ain't a purpose behind it, I just don't talk. Like I'd rather be quiet and not have nothing to say than be fake and have all kinds of shit to say. So I really didn't care to fit in. I mean, yeah, I wish I would have been a little. If I could go back in time and know what I know now, obviously, yeah, I'd be the shit at school. But that's neither here nor there. It's done. It's over with. But I didn't like school. So what I would do is I'd just skip. Go in the front door, come out the back. Or I'd get a pass, be in the middle of class, third period or something, be like, hey, I need to go bathroom, get out, walk out, go home. And if that didn't work, after my mom started taking me to school, dropping me off, and seeing me walk in the front door, she thought that was gonna make me stay in school. But all it did was I walk out the back door, so it didn't do nothing. Once they caught on to that, and then I started having to go to school because my mom she was gonna get in trouble if I didn't. So for me to be in truancy, she would get in trouble. If I went to school and got in a fight, I got in trouble. So what I would do is I'd go to school. Since I was that weird kid or the oddball, quiet, just stick to myself. Like I didn't hang out with nobody. Not one person I didn't hang out with. I knew people, but I didn't hang out with nobody. I just stayed to myself. And for that reason, I was targeted by people. The popular kids, the cool kids. They thought they could pick at me. They found out real quick that quiet boy will fuck you up. Like that's all I was known for in middle school was that boy will fuck you up. Like so, what I do is I just wait. I let a motherfucker run his mouth off all year, and then it'd be his day, the day I wanted to go home. For like I remember being in shop class, we was weighing our bridges, or it was weighing our bridges or testing our cars you make in middle school. And this boy had been fucking with me all year. Everybody thought I was afraid of him because he always talked shit. Well, in shop class that day, I was ready to go home. He was in front of me in line, waiting to weigh our shit. He said something slick. I busted him one time, hit him one time right in the fucking nose. Bam! Knocked his ass down. Everybody ran up around, tried to, like, they thought I was going to get on top of him. I did what I needed to do. I hit you once. Now the teacher seen it. You got to look like a dumbass, and I get to go home because the teacher seen it. So that was my new trick. Got sent home for 3 to 5 days for that one. Next time, some black boy. Came up and everybody was like, you can't, because I was known for fighting. So after that happened, a couple fights I got into, this black boy kept saying, "Oh, you can't whoop me, you can't whoop me," blah blah blah. You know how it goes, but people run their mouths. But anyway, I was sitting at chow. Well, I call it chow because I've been in prison. But I was sitting in lunch, and he come up and told me to hold his shirt or something. I said, "I ain't your fucking slave." And he started cracking his knuckles, asked me what I said. Got up and I showed him what I said. Got suspended again. I had one more time and I was getting expelled. So I did it. I found the next guy, next one that wanted to test me. If you think you can whoop me, here I am. Let's do it. I did it again and got expelled. So now I'm done with school. I ain't got to go to middle school no more. At least I thought. Well, they put me in alternative school, which alternative school was better anyway because you went from like 10:30 to 1:30 and you had to ride the city bus because they didn't have a school bus for it. It was just like a school of like maybe 30 kids, if that. They had two classrooms with maybe 10 kids in each room, so it might have been less than that. But you rode the city bus because they didn't have transportation for you. You either somebody took you to school, dropped you off, or you had to get on that city bus and ride the city bus to school. Well, I got into a thing on there. There was a boy on there who picking on some handicap guy. The handicap guy didn't go to our school. It was just an older man who had to take the city bus to get around. And there's this one boy that was supposed to have been in a gang and all this shit, supposed to have been all bad. And I sit there and let him run his mouth. That guy had to stand up because the bus was so full of kids. And that dude just kept picking at him, like making fun of him because he had a gimp arm and he was handicapped. I let him do it for a while, and then finally I got up and I said, "Give him your fucking seat." Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm the quiet kid. Nah, get up and give him your fucking seat. Well, long story short, handicapped guy got a seat. Dude tried to play it off. I was just joking with him anyway, bro. I was gonna give him his seat. Nah, okay. I didn't find it funny. So that led to some problems. Then I got in a fight with another dude in the bathroom. He tried to test me my first day. Slammed him up against the wall like 3 or 4 times, and made him cry, and then went back to the classroom, sat down. About 20 minutes later, here come the school principal. Told me to come down to the office. We had to talk. Well, I ended up getting expelled. Over the times, I got kicked out of that school too. So now I'm done with school. I ain't got to go to school no more. I'm 15, 16. I'm done. My mission's accomplished. So now I just drink. Before I got kicked out is when my drinking started. Started drinking when I was skipping school because I had a guy who lived next door to me. He worked for Budweiser. He drove the Budweiser semi truck. He would steal cases of beer and set them out by his back gate. He didn't know I was watching, probably because he thought I was in school, and he probably ain't thinking there's some kid watching me to steal my shit that I'm stealing. But he would hide his cases of beers, drop them off, and I'd run out there and steal them as soon as he pulled away. So I had my beer to drink. That, and I'd use the $5 I took to school every day to get 2 quarts of beer. I think the Magnum 40 was like $1.25, $1.50, and a pack of GPCs was $1.25 at that time. So I'd give me a pack of cigarettes, 2 quarts of beer, and get drunk while everybody else was in school. And then once I got to where I was actually done with school, by that time by the time I done got kicked out of the other school, the alternative school, I'm allowed to smoke around my parents. Like I can bump cigarettes from them and shit. I'm, like I said, 15, 16. I can drink. They don't care. They don't say nothing to me. I come home drunk every single night. They don't say shit to me. They know I'm drinking. They just tell me, be careful. Don't be getting in trouble. Well, I'm done with the school part now. My dad calls me down one day. My mom's gone. He calls me down. He's like, "You can't have a beer with your dad. You can't have a beer with your dad." So I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I don't want to because me and him didn't get along." But I had a buddy with me. So I'm like, "Man, let's go down here and I'm going to drink a beer with him. So shut the fuck up." So I drink that beer and I get alcohol on my breath. He starts a fight. My stepdad starts a fight with me after he called me down, wanted me to drink a beer with him. And now I thought about it, I think it was a setup. He wanted to get alcohol on my breath. So anyway, it came to this point after I drank a beer with him, had alcohol on my breath. He started talking shit about my mom. And I defended my mom. Well, he hit me in my mouth. So I go outside. You know, he's a big ass dude. I ain't trying to fuck with him. I've always been afraid of him, but not now. I'm older. I ain't worried about his shit. But I used to be afraid of him when I was younger. But I go outside and I bust his fucking windshield out of his truck with a chainsaw. Bust me in my mouth. I'm busting your fucking window out, motherfucker. I mean, that's all I could really do. But he calls the cops on me, tells them I got drunk, come home, tried to fight him, got in a fight with him, and then busted his window out. Some grimy ass shit. Set me up. But the cops said they couldn't do nothing about the window. It's personal property damage. And they said if they did catch me that night, yeah, I'd go to jail for being underage drinking. But they didn't catch me that night. I was down at a buddy's getting even more drunk. But after that happened, the buddy who was with me drinking, when I was sitting down there drinking with my dad, he seen what happened. And he was like, that's some fucked up shit. That's some grimy shit, man. He's like, you know what? I got some money saved up. You're working now because I got a job at a hotel. Which that's where how a lot of my pill addiction came in, where I was getting them from the hotel. If people had illegal shit in the hotel, I was taking it. Like I was taking their bags of weed, I was taking their pills, I was taking whatever the fuck they had in there. Like I was grimy. I was doing some grimy shit. But there wasn't nothing they could do about it because it was all a bunch of illegal shit. You walk in a room and you smell pot, you sniff it out, and then you find it, and then there's pills wrapped up with it. It's like shit, jackpot, I'm out. So that's where my pills came into play. I was already doing them before then. I had a buddy of mine, his mom was a pill head, and she would sneak us weed up on the weekends, and it went from sneaking us up half of joints and shit to sneaking us up bags of weed to you guys want to try these pills? So that's where it kind of started. But once I got to the hotel, and you got to think, there's a lot of people coming in and out of hotel room. I was maintenance. So if I wanted something, I just, they look like they do drugs. Wait till they leave. I'm a maintenance and needs to come in your room. So I would. I was wiping motherfuckers out in there. That's a story for another time because I met a guy in there who I shouldn't have fucked with. I took his shit. Nothing. He tried to blow my ass up is what he tried to do. But I'll talk about that in some of my crazy run-in stories. He was wanted by the fucking United States Marshals. He had a shootout, robbed a bank in like 1983, robbed a bank and had a shootout with the cops and got away and shit. And he even told me, boy, we don't want to fuck with me. You ain't been where I've been. I told him, fuck you. I'll beat your ass. We can go in the parking lot. But that was somebody I learned later on. But that's a story for another time. But that's how I was getting my pills, the hotel. But when my buddy seen my dad did that shit to me, he said he had some money saved up. And since I was working, he was like, I'll loan you the money to move out. Shit, I'm 17, 18 years old. Hell yeah. You're going to loan me money to move out? Let's go find a place. So we ride around. We find this dumpy ass place. Like it walked into it and it looked like it was fucking abandoned house. But it was an apartment. It had like a 3 or 4 bedroom downstairs and then it had a 1 bedroom upstairs. I went up and asked about it. And the guy was like $250 a month. Shit, $250 a month. I get the fuck out and be on my own. All right. So I end up doing that. Get the money. My buddy loans me the money. I move out, get my own place. Still working my job at the hotel. I eventually end up buying this place, start buying it on contract where I can rent out the downstairs and I stay living upstairs. You know, it was a dump like that, but I went in there, me and my buddies, we all got together and painted. I'm the only guy that's moving out. My friends are older than me and shit. And I'm like, I'm the only one moving out on his own. So it's like, yeah, come on, everybody come with me. We all came and started painting it and fixed it up the best we could. You know, it looked good. Shit, went from a $250 apartment to when I was done with it, you could have got 450, 500 a month out of it. But anyway, that's where a lot of my stories start. That's when, that's when the onset of my addiction got bad. I was drinking every day, got in a fuck, got fucked up, got my ass whooped. Had a guy knock me out and stomp on my face. And that's why my mustache grows weird at the edges because at the thing right there, it was ripped. He stomped on it and ripped it back. Had another one where I got busted up my nostril. I'm sure you can see my nostrils off. It's not right. Had that ripped apart to where it was a flap. Had it stitched up, had my eyes stitched up here, forehead. But all of them is the stories for, I'm going to leave it off right here to where when I moved out on my own. Hopefully you guys got a good idea about my childhood, how I was raised, how I got through school, and what led me up to 17, 18, getting my own place. I move out at 17 or 18, and this is where everything starts. So you're gonna have to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you guys get notified. I'm gonna pick up the next part of my life in the next video. If I didn't cover my childhood good enough, let me know in the comments. And if you got any questions, I'll answer them. Anything you ask me, you're gonna get straight up answers. I'm gonna be straightforward about everything. I ain't one of them who's got pride, gonna be embarrassed about nothing. I tell you the truth, whatever the fuck it is, it's that's just what it is. So, with that being said, hit that notification bell. Till the next one. See ya.